Hello guys, today we are going to learn the RAG. RAG means Retrieval Augmented Generation. It will be helpful to connect with the external the document, PDF, data source. The RAG it will be consist of the two main words, one of the retrieval and second one is the generation. The retrieval it will be retrieve the relevant context from the vector database and pass to the generation means the LLM. LLM has capability to generate the response based on the relevant context. The key benefits of the RAG it will be increase the accuracy. If we check the GPT and the Llama model, it will be generate the response confidently. But issue is that it will be do the hallucination because it do not have the knowledge of the specific domain because it will be trained on the whole data set, that generic data set. It will be reduce the accuracy and also it has the hallucination issue. But if we'll use the RAG using that, it will be generate the response precisely based on the that external data source that we have stored in the vector database, and also it will be reduce the hallucination. If we want to update the data source, it will be up to date, generate the response based on the updated data set. The real world application of the RAG it will be like the chatbot, search assistant, and the medical assistant. That external knowledge that we have stored in the vector database, based on that the model has the retrieval has the capability to retrieve the relevant context to the user query and pass to the LLM. That LLM has capability to generate the structured response. It will be uh, suppose we have the user document that this is external knowledge. We need to store this in the vector database. Before that, we need to follow the few steps like the user document. Before storing the vector database, we are convert it into chunks. The chunks means the smallest pieces of the document. After the smallest pieces of the document, we need to use the embedding model to store in the vector database. The embedding models means required because the model do not have capability to understand the real context like the human. It requires the vector embedding. Using the embedding model, we are and then we can store in the database. When user send the query using same embedding model, it will be convert the user query into search in the vector database. In the vector database, it has the capability of the appropriate nearest neighbor algorithm. It will be searched based on the vector query. It will be searched on the vector database. It will be check the angle between the user query and the that chunk that we have stored in the vector database. Once it will be find the relevant document, then it will be retrieve the context based on the user query. Once this will be passed, then we are passing to the LLM. The LLM has capability to generate the response correctly based on the structured response that user want. Then we are able to retrieve the response. The main important thing is that if we want to increase accuracy, we need to do the smart chunking, because if we do not store the small chunk or the huge number of the context in the chunks, then it will be chances of the reduce the accuracy and it will chances of the hallucination. In that time it will be we can do the smart chunking. We can store like the 1000 words of the 1000 tokens of the one chunk, and then we are storing the vector database. Using the drag, we are able to increase the response accuracy, and it will be help to reduce the hallucination.